All right, we are back, gentlemen. So sorry about the delay. I actually had an internet outage at my house, so very, very sorry to everybody that was tuned in, but we are back. And we can have a look now and see Aidan Luthwaite, Tyson Broad, Dylan Walker, Jackson Dial are your top four. So top five is also rounded out by Connor Nixon with the drop bear guys. And Aidan Luthwaite for Whiskey Business is out in the lead. So, yeah, sorry to the guys for the cutout there, but Aussie Broadband had other plans for me tonight, so apologies. But we're back. Part two.
We're back in action.
We are.
By all means, ladies and gentlemen, please tune in and comment on your Facebook and your YouTubes here. I can see Sean Bonici just, just in time to catch Aidan there. And yeah, exactly. Aidan has really cemented himself into this series. I think for most people, it'll be good that we change cars. He's got a 5-second lead, and it's only getting bigger as well. And there's only 8 cars on the lead lap as we sit now with 32 minutes ticked over. 13 minutes to go. One stop from most of the field. Jackson Dial there is the first car with 2 stops. He's sitting in 7th. And we cut back to the pits there. Oh, there he is there now. He's actually taking that pit stop as we speak.
Dale Atkins is in the pits as well, but he's been there for about 2 minutes. So I'd say he's probably had enough of whatever's going on, but we can't go back to, guys, anything that happened prior to
3-minute period,
this. I actually can't go back to anything prior to that. So yeah, apologies to the competitors and whatnot. And it's also just letting you know it's going to be a fairly brief post-race tonight because Nick has got early morning commitment tomorrow. So just letting the guys know. And Jaden is right. Aidan does own Friday nights.
Look, I can't tell you what is coming up. I mean, you probably have a pretty strong idea of what's going on.
You guarantee the one thing, it's going to go meow, 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 meow. Probably have something to do with it.
And I think with the actual real season almost lining up now, so it should be good with heat coming off that, going straight into this as well. So as we see, Adam Lavis here currently in 4th position, working his way down the hill. Like I keep saying, this fantastic part of the circuit, this left, right, trying to keep it flat, trying to stay as straight as you can, and then work your way back up over the far side of the circuit here. You can see on the track outline there, going through the final 2 turns on the left-hand side there. He's got Matt Schmidtke in tow as well. Me preparing for the 12-hour at Sebring's poking my eyes out, but anyway, down the back straight.
You love a little bit of Sebring. I know you keep telling us how much you don't like it, but I reckon you're a closet Sebring fan. You're just been trying to keep the ruse going long enough.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the race. I don't know why you would build a racetrack in the Everglades full of alligators. It's just beyond me. And it's the flattest, in terms of topography, it's flat, but it's bumpy as hell, so it doesn't make any sense in my mind. It's the stupidest track that has all this praise heaped on it, and I don't have a Zach to cut me off now, so yeah, that's why I hate the bloody place.
Yeah,
Never done well there either.
Yeah, I did actually speak to somebody about it in America in a league I was running a while back, and they said a lot of it's got to do with how hot it gets there during the summer around Sebring and the I'm not sure whether they said cold, but the amount of rainfall during the winters and stuff has a lot to do with why it's always a bit of a supercross track around the place.
Well, that's the same with Chicago and places like Milwaukee there, right on the lake. You know, it snows, but then it gets really hot during the summer, so it warps the road. So anyway, if you've done any laps in a stiffly sprung open wheeler around the Chicago street circuit, you'll know about it. John Baldwin in the pits. And you see here Dylan Walker crossing the line here on a replay. What's going on here?
Dylan Walker's had he got into the grass on entry, got him wide.
Hold the wide there, but straight past the car that was coming out of pits. Who was that?
Not sure.
And yes, that's correct, Sean. It's an old airport. I think I saw a TA2 a couple of years ago missed the braking into the hairpin and obviously had no brakes, and he went straight through the gravel trap, straight through the other side, straight out through a chained fence, and had to turn left and still use the access road to slow it down. He had no brakes at all. It was ridiculous.
It was a Corvette, I think. What a Corvette CR2, and he managed to smash open the gates and drove out onto an access road. Was another gate, and he just managed to swing it around and get it stopped without killing anybody or himself.
I'd like to call for a couple of people, but yeah.
Very close.
Mr. Heaney down into 10A and 10B.
Yeah,
Where's Mr. Heaney? 6th.
I can tell you, as a young man racing go-karts, I learnt very, very quickly when they've got cable brakes to do up the clamps a little bit tighter than you'd expect. And I know what it's like to be in a racing vehicle as such, not big monsters like these, with no brakes coming up the hairpin at Bunbury many, many years ago. We'd got... I was crewing for a guy and we'd got the cart together and I was out there just running the engine in for him for his racing on Sunday, and yeah, got the first big braking zone, and when the pedal went to the floor, it was a bit of an eye-opener.
Yeah, it's not like you can throw a gear at it or something to slow it down. It's only it's chain driven, it's direct drive. You can't do anything.
No, that's right. So you can flick sideways and hope that you don't put it in the dirt.
Scary. Matt Schmidtke, 0.2 of a second behind Adam Lavis as well. Not far in front of Mr.
Oh, he's
Heaney.
right on him at the moment.
You got the Batmobile leading the V8, the Hornmobile, one of the best sounding cars in iRacing. Run their way down the back straight. I'm going to say Matt might get this done under brakes, just because Adam's going to have to elongate his brake zones. No, prove me wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to preempt, but I wouldn't mind betting these two guys. Oh, no, Adam's peeled off to the pits anyway, so Adam's going in to get his second stop out of the way. So here's Adam pulling in. Well, that'll do two things. Like, we know that Schmitty is in a battle for third in the championship with Jeff Adams, who was just so unfortunate on lap 1 down there at turn 1, which we are unable to go back and have a look at. But, yeah, so if Matt does manage to get in front of Adam, that'll do his championship the world of good. So, bit of a reprieve for him. It's Aiden Luthwaite and Tyson Broad.
Yep.
So now, was there enough of a gap? Had he put enough of a gap? I reckon he had about 4 seconds. So here's Aiden gone.
He's gone now, yeah.
Tyson still got about that 4 or 5 second mark, I think. About 4.5 seconds.
So really the only people that need to stop in the top 6 cars are Greg Heaney and Dylan Walker now. So here's Dylan Walker working his way onto the back straight. He's got Adam Lavis there in the background there in tow, with Liam Haycock there as well, who's top 7.
Matt Schmidtke's still got his second one to go as well. He's only had 1 stop.
Oh, yep, my apologies.
Eduardo Zamora, Jeff Adams, and we've only got like 6 minutes to go, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see. John Baldwin, he's gone. Connor's gone. Jackson Dial is gone. So Jeff Adams is currently. Oh, Liam Haycock. See him. There he is.
Thank you to Waste Options bringing us the Skycam that Adam always strategically puts out there. Every week he does the cameras for us.
And does a great job of them.
Well, yeah, it's it. He's always on top of them, and he always provides us some really good angles here to show you guys at home too. So thank you to him. He happens to be in shot. As you see all the RVs there on the inside of the far turns there to the far left of our track map there, as they work their way back up the back straight again. Matt Schmidtke coming across the line in 4th, 34th lap, 40 minutes in, 5 minutes to go.
I wonder if Matt's got enough fuel to get to the end. So he did 17 laps in his first stint, which you can see up on the thing up there on the left. What do you call it?
Totem pole.
Totem pole. There you go. That's what. So he did lap 17. Now, it'd be interesting to know how many laps. So that'd give him 34. We're on lap 35 now. Walker's in, so he's on lap 35. So I would say we're probably going to see Schmidtke come in this time round as well.
Flash and dash, yeah. So Hayden Leithwaite retakes the lead. Fight the Broad into second as Dylan Walker's on his way out. Matt Schmidtke 17 seconds off those boys in front. Man, it's a big gap tonight. This tyre model that iRacing presented us, worst pit lane entry ever. Second to Motegi.
It's a shocker.
Second to Motegi. The tyres that iRacing presented us for this car, just it's really forced everybody to pedal back on how you drive and really keep a lid on it. I understand the real world cars are a bit like that, but you can still drive them hard. Whereas this, I feel, and I'm sure the sentiment's quite similar, is you can't drive it hard. I mean, take for instance, Mr. who was in last week. I put the mockers on him.
Scott Jordan?
No, it was what do they call it? The pulse tuning.
John
Merritt, Mr. John Merritt. And he's a guy that can just almost get in and go, the get-go from any car.
Drive anything.
And drive it really well. Whereas this one, you have to really wire your brain to back it up. And that's why we're getting so many first-lap crashes. So, yeah, exactly.
So
not the car it used to
Jackson.
be.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. I think iRacing's getting to the point now. If you want to be really, a real gun in any given car, that's what you've got to do. You've got to concentrate on that particular car that you want to be good at, because it was almost one slipper fit all cars back. I mean, I'm not sure what year. I signed up in 2013, so I've been around for a long time, and you had was about maybe 3 different styles. You had your NASCAR, you had your open wheeler, and you had your sedan style of handling packages with them. Like there were small changes, like probably your standouts were your Skip Barbers and your Formula Mazda, which drove very similar. And then you had like your GT3s and your supercars they weren't the same, but they were similar. Whereas now you've got cars like this, and you've got the rally cars, and you've got dirt and stuff like that. And there's such a wide range of driving styles that are needed to be fast. You almost got to specialise in that one sort of car.
And I just think iRacing will just kind of leave these cars for the time being and just let iRacing sort it out. So hopefully when we do come back to them, they're a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. I think we might have one more lap to go after this one.
Aiden Leithwaite here with a 7-second lead over Tyson Broad and Dylan Walker there. He set the fastest lap at a 109.007. Just currently did a 10-1. Coming across the hill down to the last turn. Starting his final lap there.
There's the white flag with the Supercup. Yeah, Jackson, so sort of, it sounds like what I was just saying there probably rings true, like how different the cars are now, whereas 10 years ago, like I say, you could get in, or even as little as probably 7 years ago, when they put you'll remember this, Nick, when they put the new tyre model onto the Skip Barber, and that's when the whole 4th pedal saga across iRacing exploded, where you could hit and hold the accelerator and the brake at the same time, and it would straighten the car up every time. It still works to a degree, but not as well as what it used to. But that was about the time that the car started splintering off with the different driving styles. So I know I get in the current supercar now, and I'm bloody terrible. I can't drive it.
At least we don't have ice grass anymore. As you see, Aiden Leithwaite coming through over the top of the hill for the final time. Is he going in the pits? I thought he was going in the pits. Through the final turn. I think this one sums up his championship for him. He's finally got the feature win in the 45-minute race there. Tyson Broad, where is he? Has he crossed the line yet? Here he comes. Second place. Well,
unless you're Hobbo, that's exactly right.
Is Dylan Walker across the line? I can't keep up with who's crossed the line. There we are on the totem pole. There we go.
Yeah, so Dylan was about 47 seconds behind. So Matt Schmidtke should be... I'll tell you what, in saying Matt Schmidtke should be here shortly, I think he's...
Wait for the checkered flag there.
Yeah.
Him and Adam Lavis, yeah.
I know, I've pretty much lost all, I think. There we go. So,
no, they're still on the track map there. There they come down into 10 and 10A. There you go.
There's
he
is.
Schmidtke.
I was trying to find him.
Not far behind. Track map tells all. There's Adam Lavis. What lap time did he do on his final lap? In 11.2 as well. So there you go. Wow. What a race. And it didn't seem too eventful, but with our little adventure in the middle there, I think they helped out. Hey, Leaflate, your winner.
It was in
Taking
the mission.
away a nice... Yeah, exactly. Taking away 60 points there. You know, one thing I wish iRacing would do is tell you the total time of the race. I just wish they'd do that in the results. But anyway, Aiden Leaflate, Tyson Broad, Dylan Walker, Matt Schmidtke, Adam Lavis, your top 5, Greg Heaney, Liam Haycock, Eduardo Zamora, Jeff Adams, and John Baldwin, your top 10. Connor Nixon, Jackson Dial, Dale M. Atkins, Lockhart Brownlee, and Mr. David Baz didn't take the green flag there. And that rounds out your field of 15.
So what we do have now, we've got Dylan Walker and Tyson Broad that are in here to have a chat about their race. So we'll...
let's kick off with Dylan there. Dylan, third position, 8.3 off. Aiden, give us a rundown of your race.
Yeah, honestly, really happy with the result. I didn't think I'd be as close to Aiden as I was, and beating him in the first race is always good. Even though he did come from like 9th or something. So
yeah,
pretty happy with the result. It's pretty much the Aiden show in these things, so the fact that I could get one up on him in one of the races was pretty good.
And obviously we're heading into our final week. Are you going to be doing the LeMans 90 minutes there next Friday?
Ideally, yeah. Just depends on whether I'm scheduled on for work or not, but hopefully I can rock up.
Excellent. All right, and then obviously you started on the well, you did get the win in the sprint race there. We noticed the team qualified 4 cars in the top 4. Is that you guys have been working hard on making sure that the cars are all fast, or does it just happen to be just lucked into that one?
Well, yeah, we only locked out the top 4 because Aiden bottled his second lap when the tyres were warmer. Because yeah, he was just out and out quicker than all of us. But yeah, no, we didn't do too much dock work. Just jumped in and we were just already fast. We had a pretty good dock provided to us already, so jumped in, just got the practice in, and yeah, no, it worked out pretty well. The pace was pretty even across the 5 of us. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, excellent. Good to see you guys working together. And my final question is, final week, what's earmarked on your calendar for the final week of week 10 of our season A of 2025?
Anything and everything, as long as I'm not working, I'll be rocking up. So yeah, looking forward to all the GSRC stuff. You guys put on a pretty good show every week, so really.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Excellent. All right, well, thank you for your time. I'm just going to work our way through the order here. So that was Dylan there, and we got Tyson Broad as well, second place in the feature race there, only 3.65 seconds. Tyson, just run us through your version of events.
Yeah, obviously started off pretty well, getting the pole there, but unfortunately I bottled it quite badly off the start, so I'm expecting a roasting from my team once they all saved the clip and then posted in the Discord, so I'm expecting a good roasting for that. But yeah, it was a
quick tip, don't feel too bad about it because you weren't the only one tonight.
Yeah, I know. Haven't driven the GTP since the update until tonight, so yeah, it was sort of just a rock up and drive. My outright pace seemed to be pretty up there. with fastest lap in race 1 and also getting the pole. But yeah, Aiden in that OP Acura decided to rain on my parade in race 2, which is a little disappointing. But oh well, he outpaced me tonight, and there's not a whole lot I could do about that. But yeah, no, overall, nice to get P2 to, I guess, make up in some ways for the bottle in race 1.
I was going to say, with fresh eyes on this car now, and having driven it for the very first time, what is your takeaways from it? I'm going to say it's going to be similar to a lot of other people, but yeah, sorry, go on.
Definitely, it's actually a lot closer to the supercars, which I've been driving a lot with V8 Pro Series and that.
Okay.
It's definitely a lot more twitchy than what it was before. Like in the S's, I was struggling to keep it flat out through there, which normally was a breeze in these cars even before the last update. But yeah, nah, these definitely do slide around a bit more. But I guess that's somewhat plays to my driving style. But seeing as though that we didn't have the dock fully fine-tuned to Road Atlanta, we kind of just threw on a Spa dock for this event. So yeah, it's something that we'll learn and yeah, try and go out and do better in future.
I mean, 3 seconds off the lead is not too bad. 90 minutes of Le Mans next week. You going to be joining us for that?
Probably not. So I gotta do a bit of prep for the next round of V8 Pro.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, the next week I'll answer this sub question. Next week for me is more sort of just I guess I'll do GT Freeze on the Monday night because I'm third in the championship in that in Pro, and probably the V8s and yeah, because I'll be able to do that. Which I've only been able to rock up for 1 round of that so far. So
okay.
Yeah.
A lot going on in your plate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more just everything falling on a Wednesday night. But nah, probably just GT Freeze and Supercars for me next week. But no, it's good to race in the gents and just have a bit of fun with the boys.
Excellent, good to hear. Well, thank you for your time there, and well done on your race tonight. I'm going to move to our first place getter, Aiden Luthwaite. Aiden, give us a quick rundown of your feature race there.
Well, it was a bit of an interesting one, that's for sure. But yeah, managed to get through all the early race shenanigans, and basically the main objective was just trying to chase down Tyson. Got there in the end. I think I got him through the pits, I'm pretty sure, at the first pit stop.
Yeah.
I did do a little bit of practice on the pit entrance there, so I was trying to make up as much time as possible through the pits. So just going through there a couple of times, just trying to find the braking points and things like that, and it seemed like it paid off. But other than that, I really like the flow of this track. It's definitely one of my favourites, so didn't really need any practice sort of going into this. So did a handful of laps and just try and get some sort of setup, ready to go. And thankfully had the pace tonight and it all paid off.
Well, actually, I forgot to preface this by saying we did lose internet connection, so there's going to be a 2-part for the feature race here on the Gentleman Sim Racing Club, guys, if you want to go back and watch that. I want to cast your mind back to the end of the first race, that you were side by side into that chicane. The final chicane, 10A and 10B. Give us a bit of a rundown of what was going on there.
Yeah, so I think I had a bit of I definitely had a bit of pace on them in that first race there. So I got around Connor, which I really wasn't expecting to go around him there at the top of the hill, but I think he made a bit of a mistake or went wide or something. So I decided to capitalise on that. Fast forward to the last lap. I think you got a bit of a bad exit there coming onto the back straight, and just decided I saw him go defensive and not maybe as defensive as what he could have done. Decided to send it down the inside. I did initially think that it was more my fault than anything else. I think I'm definitely partially to blame there, but I think looking back at the replay, there definitely was a small amount of netcode. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I'm glad that he came up with the win there. It was a great racing nonetheless.
I was, like you're saying to Joe, I'm surprised he'll clear the black flag shortcut there before the start finish line, but he seems to have done that too by 2/10, but he still did it. So congratulations to him. I believe if you want to bring up the points table there.
Oh, I can certainly do that.
This is before tonight's adjustments, but I do believe with your extra 60 points from that feature as well.
That won't work. Adam's in the middle of doing the
Adam's
update
in the middle
for
of
us.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
I do believe, I'm not calculating. If my calculations are correct, I believe with a round to go, you might have summed this up, or you'll be pretty hard to beat next week. What's the mentality heading into the Le Mans 90 minutes next week?
Yeah, did a little bit of massive forehands. I'm pretty sure hopefully we'll lock out the championship at this stage. But yeah, going into Le Mans, it's a great track, of course, one of my favourites, especially with these types of cars as well. So yeah, obviously going into that round without the championship or anything like that will be something different. It'll be something, just a weight lifted, I suppose. And just a good opportunity to have some fun, really, around a great track with some awesome cars, especially with this new tyre model as well. It'll be really, really interesting to see how it goes, especially with the aero settings and everything. Obviously, running a lower downforce setup at Le Mans with these tyres would be pretty interesting, I reckon.
Yeah. All right, and then a loaded question here. What cars do you like and what cars don't you like coming up for the next series of Season B, as Zach likes to call it, for the Friday nights? Because if I am correct, you've won the last 3 Friday night championships, and I think 4 out of the last 5, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah. I think IndyCar is returning next season, isn't it?
To be
98%
confirmed.
Yeah, okay, all right, because that was just the rumor I heard at the moment. So I'm sort of on the fence if that does happen. I would be on the fence with that. I may or may not come back. We'll see. But I'd like to give probably a good GT3. The GT3 is finally a good go next season. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I guess, with work commitments and things.
Yeah, the best way to make it work for you with the GT3s is to put them on a Friday night, right?
I think, well, maybe at this stage, yeah, but yeah, we're coming up with some roster changes and things, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's only a few weeks away, so it should be good. Hopefully, I might be available one days coming up in the future, but yeah, we'll wait and see.
Excellent. Well, great driving tonight to have that second place by 2/10 and then have the win there by 3.6. Compared to the first race of the season, the field are closing in on you, but I think they've just left it a little bit too late here. We'll see how we go in the 90 minutes of Le Mans, I guess.
100%, yeah. With the extra time and obviously that venue as well, I think it'll be a cracker. So yeah, should be good.
Excellent. All right, we'll go to Mr. Greg Heaney. Give us a quick rundown of your night. Greg, you seem to be all over the timing sheets as well.
Yeah, I was just happy to make the end without a very bent car. Cold tyres. Yeah, only partially bent. Cold tyres caught me out on the opening lap, and so inadvertently, Aiden was able to get past me with very little incident and so forth, with it wanting to decide to scrape up against the left-hand side wall. So I did do a little bit of suspension damage, so I was limping it around as best I could for the first handful of laps until I got the tyres up to temperature, and then zipped into the pit lane, took the first stop and a quick repair, and topped up the fuel and kept going until it was time for the last one. And then just kept turning laps and keeping it pointed in the right direction. Managed to pull a 6th place out for that one, so happy with that. I think that was also through a few other cars having some excursions across sand traps and grass and so forth. I know somewhere towards the end there, I came over the crest under the bridge, and there's a set of witness marks headed off into the nether realm across the sand trap at the bottom of the hill. So somebody certainly had an incident there.
Yes, check the broadcast out. We did capture that, but Joe and I were actually discussing amongst ourselves whether your first stop was a planned one or not. But I guess it was semi-unplanned because you had to do a wheel alignment as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was semi-planned. I was going to stop early so that way I'll take the longer stop towards the end. I mean, I've just toying around with these and seeing how we go with the pit stops. But yeah, I think it was more unplanned than planned, but I had planned on taking an early stop. It just depended on how early. So I was thinking of maybe doing a 20-20 split.
Yep. With
the timing of the race, or close enough to that, being with the 45 minutes. So, but yeah, I mean, the short stop at the start, well, is what it is, and got it out of the way, and then just, managed to keep my nose clean for the rest of it.
Yeah, you just get into a rhythm and put some good laps down, and it actually is better on the overall race time too, so well done.
Yeah, and considering I was sitting there with a headache for a chunk of it as well, I've actually done pretty well for my own.
Well, there you go. Might have to talk a bit quieter. looking ahead next week, Le Mans 24, we're going to see all the Whiskey Business cars on the grid.
Oh, I'm hoping to see as many on there as we can get.
All 30 of them.
I don't think I've got that many.
and then obviously final week, all the shenanigans going on, championships on the line, double points races, double length races. What are some highlights that you're going to be getting your nose involved with?
Probably everything, barring Tuesday. So GT3's on Monday. Definitely there for the supercars on Wednesday, and as one Daniel Courier had requested the other day was for a little bit of moisture. So I have re-rolled the weather conditions for the server. There is a little bit of moisture about, and it is a random roll. It was not a I'm playing God and setting the weather. It is random. So. But there will be some moisture about, and Porsche's next week, and back for Le Mans. So,
the V8s are at the Mountain.
Yeah, where else is it going to finish?
Well,
it's the only logical place that the V8s should finish for the season.
Fair call, fair call. All right, well, excellent. Thank you, Greg. Look, let's move to Liam Haycock. Liam, thank you for your patience there. Look. First time in. Oh, that wasn't you going to the alternate pit lane, was it? Ouch. First time in. Give us a bit of a rundown of your night and a bit of feedback on how you're finding this hypercar.
First, that was at the end of the race. Completely overshot the last corner by mistake, so I lost a bunch of time there. I'd just been looking at fuel numbers, considering whether or not I'd make it. But yeah, really enjoying this car. It's everything I love from the supercars and IndyCar, and just awesome. But started off both races with a wreck at turn 5, so that was a bit disappointing, but I never took anyone out, so I'm happy with that. And I managed to keep it clean mostly for the rest of the races, so I'm pretty happy with where I came.
Yeah, that curve at turn 5, if you're not square and on the loud pedal, or when you get to full throttle, it does spit you, and you found out both directions, actually. In terms of this car, did you drive it before the tyre update?
I tried to, but I just always found it super, I don't know, I could never enjoy it. I just found it too fake, I guess. I don't know how to describe it.
And then, how are you finding it now? You said you were keen to supercar as well?
Yeah, but I can't race them Saturday, so just because of the timing.
Oh, fair enough. And then, obviously, will you be joining us next Friday night for the 90 minutes?
Absolutely, yeah. And for those curbs, I think I just messed up my ARBs, changing them in practice and forgetting about it.
Yeah, and that's another thing too iRacing's done is you can't really change anti-roll bars in a corner in a real race car, so they've now limited to you so the car is dead straight, and then you can change it. So I learned that the hard way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Looking ahead, yeah, it's a bit hard, especially when they're loaded up to change their settings. So you got to wait till it's unloaded. Looking ahead to next week, what's on the cards for yourself?
Just the GTPs, I think.
Only Friday night, not doing any other nights?
Timing doesn't work any other night, sadly.
Okay. Excellent. All right, and well, we got 2 weeks break after next Friday night, and then Season B will be underway. The committee will be coming in for a meeting, obviously leading into that, and we'll do a massive announcement. Is there something that you'd like to see that hasn't been raced in a while?
Well, probably just the IndyCar, because that was last time I did a full season here, which was good fun. I just never really managed to finish my good laps.
Oh, fair enough.
Field of view, right? Field of view, Liam.
Yeah, I've got that all done now. I've somehow managed to find a way to put triples in without buying any new monitors or anything, so it's awesome now.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I remember you telling me when we set your field of view up that you were hoping to do that. So, yeah, good to hear that, mate.
Yeah, it's awesome. Helps a lot.
Yeah, you can really see what's beside you as well. I've had to go from triples to a big widescreen. I'm missing those side screens, but anyway.
It's probably improved my average lap by like a second at most tracks as well.
That's it. You can look further into a corner and further around the corner too. So really set yourself up. All right, and so we're gonna have to wrap this one up, Joe.
So
We'll
Saturday
start off
night.
with- yeah.
Yeah, Saturday night, the Mustang FR 500 tomorrow night for 32 laps. Same old thing. Everybody knows what the Mountain Men's all about. So truck on in, jump into that Mustang. It's a whole lot of fun. And that'll lead us to week 10, so the grand final for pretty much every series. Nick, Monday night, GT4s.
At Phillip Island. 30-minute race. No change in the schedule there. It's been 30-minute races, I think, the whole way through. So nice. Don't have to think about it. Straight in, straight out. I think it's roughly 11 litres for myself to put in the car every time. So perfect. I don't have to think about that anymore. The GT4s at Phillip Island, and then, GT3s at Daytona International Speedway Road Course for a 90-minute race. So that race starts at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. So we can't really say check your guides anymore, can we, Joe? Check your scheduling. That'll be broadcast with, I do believe, Adam Lavis at the helm with Zach Cabin using his voice.
The one and only.
I might join them. I don't know. I'll see how I feel or what time I get home from work. We'll see what happens. Tuesday night, the BMW M Sport Cup. That is a BMW M2 CS from Virginia International Raceway, the Grand Course, which I believe was running the GT4s this week. So that little uniquely shaped race course there. 2 sprint races starting from 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and then we're going to chase it up with the Retro Formula 1s from Suzuka. 2 sprint races there starting at 9:15 in the evening. Wednesday night, we're going to the Orbic Truck Series from Daytona. Watch out, all the people coming out of the woodwork for this one, Joe.
Oh,
70
yeah,
laps.
they will.
70 laps or 55 minutes.
I actually have to do something. Wait up. Got to fix something here.
So it's going to be something laps or 50 minutes, I believe it is. And that race will start at 7:30, so 60 laps. There you go.
60
It
laps.
literally changed as we're on screen. Bump drafting, all sorts of shenanigans. It's weird that the trucks may be 200 horsepower down and they're about 10, 15 kilometers an hour down the back straight, which is so weird. It feels so slow compared to a cup car. And then we're going to follow that with a Trophy AI Elite V8 Supercar Series from the Mountain, as you heard Mr. Greg Heaney talking about. There might be a little bit of precipitation there. And slicks on a wet track around the top of the mountain. Not good.
Unless your name's Glenn Seaton.
I don't know if you saw my video, Joe, of me getting poleaxed in the GT3 around there. Just taking it easy, and some guy just ran me over. But anyway.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I'll have to show you at some point. And then it's Thursday, broadcast again. Spreyton Ciders, Wings and Slicks from Brands Hatch. We're doing the full Grand Prix circuit there for 32 laps, starting at 7:30 at night. And then we're going to chase it with the Bowens, Porsche Cup, and that's going to be from Magello. That's 3 super sprint race series from 8:45. And what'd you say there, Joe? It's the...
No, I was saying that we've got the championship update. We'll go to that in a second.
Oh, that's coming up because we're going to finish the season back here on Friday nights with myself and Joe, as well as Josh Suino. LeMans Hypercars, 90 minutes around Circuit de la Sarthe. Maybe it doesn't spread out.
You've done it to me again, Nick.
What's that?
Well, on the schedule it had 60, and now I've got to do that. It's 90-minute race.
No, it's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes.
Yeah, it is now.
90 minutes of Circuit de la Sarthe. Like I was just about to say, I might put a safety car out there just to bunch the field up again. Who knows? Random safety cars always help.
A random safety car around there, 3 laps around Circuit de la Sarthe behind the safety car. Are you serious?
Yeah, there's half your race gone.
Yeah, well, there's 30 minutes. So, yeah, people, it is only going to be a 60-minute race if you're lucky. But
if I do that,
yeah.
90 minutes, end the season, 2 weeks off, and then we're back at it again and just go full blast into the next season. All right, the points as they stand coming out of round 9, inclusive of drop rounds. We've got Aidan Luthwaite. His adjusted score on now on 626. With Matt Schmidtke now up into second on 417, with Jeff Adams there on 403. So they're pretty close there for second place. Adam Lavis is...
Jason Close didn't turn up tonight, so that's he's had. I never actually picked that during the race, but that means he's had a total of one. He's had 4 rounds off, and was still sitting in second coming into tonight after 3 off. So, yeah, work commitment, I suppose, for Jason, but that it's going to make it hard for him. Oh, no, if he turns up next week, he could still end up on the podium, but it's going to be difficult from there.
Generally speaking, I noticed the Nomad team turn up in pairs, so maybe they're both working together. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the next instalment of this. Adam Lavis there in 4th, up a position as well, on adjusted points of 391. Jason Close there in 5th at 379. Mr. Greg Heaney on 355 there in 6th. Matt Distill on 311 in 7th place. Mr. Scott Jordanson, did he even turn up tonight? He didn't.
No.
296 in 8th position there. And then we got Jackson Dial on 294 and Daniel Yeaman on 284.
So how did Scott Jordanson go up 2 positions in the championship when he didn't show up? Okay.
Interesting. We'll have to find out.
We will.
I don't see his name on the timing screen. Do you? No, it's not on there. So.
Hang on, I think he may have been. Oh no, what up? No, that's unusual. Drop points for other drivers, I would say, because Dan Yeaman didn't show up tonight, so he's had extra rounds, and Jackson Dial has had more than 2 because he's got 2 zeros. So the guys that have got 2 zeros there haven't showed up for a minimum of 2 rounds, and they've obviously had another bad round, whereas Scott's only lost points for 1 round at this stage and not showing up for another. So that's how he's jumped up, is due to drop rounds.
I will point out bonus points there. Aidan Luthway at 25 bonus points. The next closest will be Jeff Adams on 20. So, you know, I remember right at the very inception of this club, I pushed for bonus points for clean driving and for rewarding those pole positions and top 10s, that kind of thing. And proof is in the pudding. 601 points plus an extra 25 for the bonus. So, it just gives him that extra bit of lead and rewards him for good work. Obviously, if you want to get a shirt and support the club, by all means, jump onto the merch shop there, myshopify.com. I don't know if we're still doing it, but you can get your team's merchandise made up through us as well. So by all means, do that and get an updated version of that shirt. And if you do happen to meet some of the other GSRC members, as we generally do in Queensland up here, when the Shannon's round does come to Queensland Raceway, the guys do wear their shirts. And then we obviously want to thank our supporters, our sponsors, the guys who help run this club, and also the guys who help make this club tick. They're going across the top of your screen now. So that was Waste Options there, Spreyton Ciders, Orbic Australia, Bowen's a Builder's Choice, JZZ because I'm Australian, not Z. Constructions, I don't know how Josh feels about that one, and merch shop tgsrci.com. Have I missed anyone?
Bowen's Builder's Choice and Trophy.ai as well.
Trophy.ai, that's right, yeah, because they've come along to the party this recent season. I don't know if anybody has used the Trophy AI software. It's actually quite good.
Yeah, I believe so. A lot of the guys, I know actually Josh Suino from JGZ Constructions, I was talking to him the other day on the phone, and I could hear somebody chatting in the background. And Flash Graphics is the other one that we'd missed too, by the way. John Simpson does great work over there at Flash Graphics. And I said to him, who's that chatting in the background, Josh? He said, Trophy AI. I'm like, well, it's, I don't know, it talks you around the track and what. It's, okay, cool, gotcha. So
yeah.
Quite interesting. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube about it, and Spreyton non-alcoholic ciders. We can't forget them guys either. They're actually the main sponsor for tonight's race. So
yes.
So with that, I think we've just about got everything covered, haven't we, Nick?
I think so. Join us again next week, ladies and gents. We're going to see this man get through 90 minutes of LeMans and see if he can wrap up the championship if he hasn't already. I've got to double check what points are on offer. It is a double points round as well, so it could be still open. And then those minor places, second or fifth, there's still lots to be fought for there. Hopefully the race doesn't spread out too much. It is a 13-kilometre track, but we'll see how we go. But yes, I think, Joe, we've covered everything off.
We definitely have. So, all right. So with that, we want to thank all our sponsors, our drivers. As we see, Aiden just taking the flag there and flashing the lights. So, storming drive for Aiden tonight. And just so everybody realises, that's his first race 2 race win all season going into the grand final for next week, which we pretty well can go and get it engraved. Good luck to all the drivers at the Grand Prix this weekend. I haven't seen any of the qualifying stuff, but I'm told it was a cracker. So I'm going to go up now and watch that. And bid everybody a great weekend. We'll see you all back for round 10 of the Gentlemen's Sim Racing Series A this season. Join Zach Caban and Adam Lavis Monday night for the GT4 and followed up with the GT3. So continue on with it from there, and best of luck. Goodbye.